What is up, everyone? Hail Commskate. What is up? And now, before we get started, don't forget to check out and back Crypts and Legends #2, where you can also get the ketchup perk for issue 1 as well. And don't forget to take a look at the new Crypts and Legends poster. Let's go down there real quick. So yeah. And now, what is up, Lion? Hey, Manicore. And also, Crypts and Legends is now available in United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. And so is the poster and the retail packs. and, if you're interested, the link is pinned in the comment box. And if anyone wants to pop in and say hi, there's the link. Now, without further ado, let's get to some drawing. I already did that pose before. Let's see. So how's everyone doing out there? Let's see. Are you dealing with a heat wave? Oh man. Welcome, Past Master Dan. I am working on another drawing. Thing is, I'm trying not to use the same pose I used before. You gonna see him tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Is the stream? It's the streaminess over the next few days as it burns off. That sucks. Now, this might still be the same pose, but let's see. The ribcage is right here. Well, that's the end of the ribcage. Right there. Let's see. What kind of pencil do you use? It's a I can't see what it's called, but it's it's an HB pencil. The reason why it sounds hard, I'm not, is probably because of the glass. Because, well, maybe not. Yeah, it's mechanical. Alright, let's see. Actually, I got a better idea for this one. They're holding two guns. I don't think she's really known, and this character's really known for that. But I need a different pose. I need a different pose than what this one was. Okay, so right here is the roof cage. So if anything, is it too high? Or right. So here's the roof cage, and right down here, yeah. Bone, roof cage, and then spine. So which means the elbow should be right here. And the arm should be a little bit higher. The elbow should be, for this elbow, it should be right here, which means the forearm should be right here. Double the trouble, but double the fun. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't play the regular background music anymore due to someone taking every music on here and copyright. It's kind of copyrighting it. So yeah, that sucks. Hey, Kate. Yeah, someone had the bright someone had the bright idea to copyright the music I would play on here. But now they have a feature where you can put your own music on here. But the thing is, right now I don't have my own music. But I'll figure something out. Yeah. Someone was using the same music I was using. That StreamYard provided, and he told me they can't use it anymore because of copyright. If you want to know what character I'm drawing today, I am drawing Meryl of Metal Gear Solid. And since we're talking about music, what kind of music do you all like? We'll take a look at it. Thanks to Kate. I don't know. I don't know who the idiot is. Just that someone copyrighted, and how someone learned that it was that they were copyrighted is because uh they got a copyright strike on their that's my what did I talking? Hold on. All right, that's better. And uh, I think I said that I didn't think that the game developer Hideo Kojima uh, created Metal Gear Solid, but yeah, he did. I ended up looking it up recently. Make sure I get my facts straight. But yeah, he created Metal Gear Solid in somewhere in the 1980s. It's weird. All right. Good morning, Dord. All right. What kind of guns would these be? Alright. I think I got this now. Bring this a little bit closer. I'll be right back. I'm being called away. Alright, I'm back. If anyone wants to pop in, say what's up. There we go. Alright. Yeah. So what draws is here? I think he's still here. I'm not sure. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. The trigger will be right here. So draw it down there. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, one is gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So why is oh? I'm sorry, Dylan. I didn't see you in there.
Hi. Good morning.
Morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I actually got up very late. I just woke up like 25, 30 minutes ago. So it's just about 8:36 on the California coast.
Cool.
So I'm having my coffee, my instant coffee in the morning, because my wife hates me and won't make me real coffee.
Let's see. So, all right. There's the finger there.
What are you doodling? What's going on?
I am drawing Meryl. Um,
Marrow.
no, it's a Meryl. I think.
Meryl. Sounds like a
Yeah,
fantasy
it's a
name.
Meryl. Y L L. It's hold on.
It's Meryl, your character.
No, it's not my character. It's Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid? Well, have you heard? Have you ever?
Oh, is this the one from Metal Gear Solid 2?
It's from Metal Gear Solid One.
Oh, the one where he starts geeking out on the gun she brings him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Let me.
How are you going to draw her? She's not all polygony and blocky.
Well, well, in the other games, in the other Metal Gear Solid games, they took the basic approach we did better.
Metal Gear.
That was
She so
that was a
she's in
really
other
good version of
things.
Solid Snake.
I love some of that. You know, like that painterly, sketchy game artwork they have for Metal Gear. I've never been able to replicate that. It just looks so fantastic.
You mean that hold on. Let me open up a tab because I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure if anyone in the chat knows what you're talking about. See
Good
if I can
morning,
find it.
Kate in Orlando. She's saying, "Peace, Dillard." Oh, Carol Cookie is here. She says, "Well, hello, all you lovely people."
Uh, That's probably not it. Oh, this is probably close enough. Let's see. Stop sharing that.
Lion Rat in the chat says, "I don't know what you're talking about." I guess they want to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
So, how have you been? I haven't been up and awake and doing things when you've been streaming in quite some time.
I've been busy. I've been trying to get my book done, and I've been trying to get ready for a convention I'm going to.
A convention. Okay.
All right, tell me about.
Yeah, there it is. Who does those sketches?
I don't
Who's the
know, but
artist?
all right. The scroll right here. That's Meryl. And to get a better look, that's not gonna work. Let's see. That's Meryl.
There you go.
But yeah, I've pretty much played almost all of the Metal Gear Solid games. I played 1 through 4. Then there was Metal Gear Solid
The Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain. That was a really good one. Uh, the, I've even played and I don't consider this one canon because
What?
Metal Gear Survive.
Oh, remember when Metal Gear 1 came out and they had that
Yeah,
supplemental game called VR Missions?
I didn't know that one,
That was a great game.
but yeah, actually Metal Gear came out like somewhere I think in 1984.
Oh, the original
Yeah, the original.
NES.
Uh, unfortunately, I wasn't born by that time.
I had just been
But
born. I was 0 years old.
but uh, the Metal Gear Solid One game came out in 1993.
Hmm.
I still wasn't born yet. I was born in '94. But
Whoa! I'm just a baby. Yeah, I had that game. Well, my parents had bought because my sister was having a hard time because she was much younger than me and my brother, because me and my brother are less than 2 years apart, but my
Yeah.
sister is a little over 4 years younger than me. And so she was like, "Well, I want you all to play together." So they bought us a PlayStation, and it came with the, I don't know if you remember this, but PlayStation used to come with this thing's called a demo disc. It would
Yeah.
have like the first level of a couple of different games.
Yeah. I I thought like fast food restaurant like McDonald's gave out those demo discs.
Well, I have no idea. I don't
Mm.
remember that, but I know that ours came with the game system, because they didn't give you a full game, but they would give you a demo.
Well, yeah, but yeah, Microsoft One was so big that that you had to switch between two discs in order to play the full game.
And then it blew my goddamn mind, because this is when they had the controller. It was called a shock controller, and the controller would vibrate when something would
Yeah,
happen. And everybody was like, "What?" And we were playing the intro to this first level of this game called Metal Gear Solid, and the helicopter was landing in some Siberian hideout. And, and your controller would shake, and it would shake violently the closer the helicopter got. And you're like, "Whoa, this is
yeah.
crazy!" There's so many things that those games introduced that were just like groundbreaking. You just blow your mind. And then nowadays you're like, "Well, that's not very innovative," but back then, I
But
mean,
back then it was kind of a literal game changer there.
oh yeah, I remember it was almost like it was there was a bad guy you had to fight named Psycho Mantis in the first game,
Yeah.
and it was the only way. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the only way, but the
The,
only way to beat the guy was you had to unplug your controller and plug the controller
yeah.
into the controller 2 port, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And
Yeah.
they didn't tell
Actually,
you.
that was the only way because hold on, Manticore is joining us.
Oh
But yeah,
no, it's Manticore. Huh?
Hello, gentlemen.
uh, but yeah,
Oh no, it's Manticore. Hello, Dylan.
Good
yeah.
morning.
Mm, that actually was the only way to beat Psycho Mantis because for some reason
No, you could beat him without it.
for some reason if you didn't do that somehow he could just read your moves. But I'm
Yeah,
plugging
you got to
plugging
actually
into another
physically punch him
socket.
or kick him.
But I'm
If you shoot him,
plugging
he just dodges the bullets.
yeah. But as soon as I'm plugging into another socket, he's like, I can't read your thoughts anymore.
And I didn't know how to do it. I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I went to school, right? Because this is back before the internet was very popular, and you didn't have like, "Oh, and you just look up how to beat this guy." Like
Yeah.
you had to either wait for the monthly issue of Tips and Tricks video game magazine to come out, and then
Yeah,
go to
or
your,
you
your
could
local
ring the
grocery
hotline.
store, and you got, because of course you're not
There
going
was
to
a
buy
the,
the thing, So you go to the grocery store, you flip to the back of Tips and Tricks and figure out how to beat, whatever. Or somebody
yeah,
at
there was a
school
hotline you
knew.
could ring as well, and it was like $4 a minute or something. Like, and if you like, I remember getting in trouble for ringing a couple of times.
And then as you're fighting Psycho Mantis, this guy fucking plays with your head, and he starts telling you, "Oh," and he starts reading off all of the other games you have saved on your memory card, and then he threatens to start erasing your memory card data. You're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Leave me alone." I turned off my console. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Psych you out. Get inside your head.
What a fantastic game! But I've only played the
Yeah,
first
they were
three.
good.
Never played any other ones.
the cinematics were the best in the other ones. Like it wasn't really much about the gameplay as such as the story. Like that's the only bad thing about those games. The more advanced they got, the less you really did. Like it was more like about the CGI and everything else.
And what
the stories
really
were cool.
angered me, and I do mean angered, was in the last one I ever played, which was Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. The camouflage that you would get had nothing to do with like what the actual environment looked like. It was like, oh, if you get this camo, which is a very good camouflage, people have a hard time. But it was like bright orange camo. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
In the fourth one, you get octo camo, and it like adjusts like a chameleon to the surroundings. Like, so if you lie down on the ground and like lay still, your actual the skin on your exosuit suit changes like and matches the background. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, fix that.
It's like modeled on the octopus, like, and it like, literally morphs and changes like when you're up against stuff.
Carol Cookie says BK used to give out games for Xbox, but they were games with the king as a character. I think one was a racing game with a big old Burger King head on the driver. Freaking creepy.
What the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was creepy. What does this mean? What is that? A balloon and then a fart? What is that? That Kate and Orlando is saying to Manticore?
I don't know. A balloon and
I believe she's saying that Manticore is full of hot air.
Could be. That sort of adds up. I can see that.
So what you
how's the campaign going, Stephen? What have I been up to? I was on a Stank stream last night with Finatra and that. And I went out for dinner this evening and I just got home.
Oh, what did you eat?
What did I eat?
Mister, I went out for dinner?
With vegetables. Roast lamb with vegetables.
Roast lamb?
Home cooked meal. It wasn't out. It was like, parents' house.
Oh. You didn't go out?
Not out. That's out for me. What are you working on, Dylan?
I have 3 more sketches to do of the 8x10 busts of the buckler that go along with some of the campaign stuff. I got some returns that came.
Okay, cool.
Return to senders. I'm taking care of those.
Oh, I got your buckler book. I can't wait to read it.
You haven't read it yet? Oh, golly.
No, I've been busy, man.
What do you mean you've been busy? You're just drawing Meryl, that's all.
Dylan needs your honest and probably favourable review. I've heard the reading of Polar Twilight, and that was good. So, but yeah.
Well, I want reviews because it's very important as to which direction I go for the pacing and themes of the next books. I don't want to draw something that people are going to take it and rip it in half and throw it across the room.
Yeah.
I have an idea what people would like, but I don't know. How would I know?
I saw the booklet pages that you were working on. They look really good.
Oh, yeah, those are coming out really nice, but they're taking me a long time.
Mm.
Apparently, Kate and Orlando is not going to be telling us what that emoji set means. She said secrets.
Secrets, eh? Ooh.
Very well,
and then she
keep
says,
your secrets.
Kick TJ.
But I remember the demo disc had 2 games that were just amazing, and I would play the first level over and over again. That was
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid and a game called Cool Borders.
I don't remember that game, but I do remember. Crap, I forgot what it was called, but it wasn't exactly a game. But it was more. But it was more of a trailer. Uh, you see some woman singing on stage, and you see I think it was called Parasite Eve or something. And what essentially happens is that this gunk or whatever it was, uh, it in one scene, there was this rat, and this rat just kind of formed into something more monstrous. It was pretty freaky. Think I think the name is Parasite Eve.
I remember the game Parasite Eve, but I never played it. I'm not familiar with it.
I haven't even played it either.
So your demo disc just contained a trailer for the video game.
Yeah, it just had a trailer for the video game. And it had demos for the for like some racing game.
Well, that's.
Are we talking like the original PlayStation? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was dogging on the original PlayStation. They were like, "Oh, that's a whack system. It's for poor people," because it was cheaper than the Nintendo. At the time,
Different graphics engine completely though.
Yeah, but it was
like Nintendo had the like kiddie sort of get the game feel to it, whereas PlayStation had the grittier
Nintendo
feel.
was for babies. That's what it was.
For babies and sissies.
if you're a rich boy or a white kid, and your mama was like monitoring your video games, that you had a Nintendo.
Yeah, if your mum didn't let you watch The Simpsons, you had a Nintendo.
But if you were a cool kid and your parents left you to your own devices, you had either a PlayStation or a Sega Saturn. Because that used to be the thing back in the day. Was the rich kids had the Nintendo and the poor kids had the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, that's what I had at Genesis.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. I never thought it could happen. This rapping stuff. I was too busy packing gats and stuff.
You're gonna have a rap battle with like Dan Fragger.
I don't know how to rap. I just know how to sing a song that I heard before. But I used to love my Sega Genesis. It had great stuff. But the thing is that after the test of time came through, and PlayStation was just heads and shoulders above Nintendo 64 in every aspect.
They tried to release that expansion pack. Do you remember that went in the front of the 64 that made the graphics better? Like to try and
Manticore, do I look white and rich? Of course, I don't remember any expansion pack for the N64. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, there was this little thing that went in it, and it made the graphics like 6-bit better or something. I think
6-bit. Lame. No, because they were like, well, yeah, PlayStation has more games, but are they any good? And like, yes, they were. All of them were very excellent games. There was just a way bigger library, cooler games. Everything was better. And then you had when the PS2 came out. Woo! That was like the pinnacle. For me, that was the pinnacle of video games, was PS2.
Oh, the PS2 was awesome.
And we went ham on that. We went and bought the me and my buddy Sean. We like went halfers on it. We bought the expansion port so you could have up to 6 controllers playing games like
Controllers.
yeah, you could play games like what do you call it, SmackDown, WWE SmackDown, or Dave Mira BMX. And, oh, it was fantastic.
I think I might need to turn her head.
Because everybody liked this video game called Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I thought that game was terrible.
Uh,
Yeah, I never got into that. I played it a bit, but I just used to like stack it on purpose. See how bad you could stack it.
yeah, let's turn her head.
And then my buddy Skyler, he brought over a system. It was called a Dreamcast,
Yeah, they were good. I remember them too.
and it was okay.
Though the rich
But,
kids had them too.
yeah, and I was like, you know what? The only game I really fell in love with that he had was a game called A Crazy Taxi. That
Never
game was
heard of a game called
fantastic.
Crazy Taxi.
It goes, hey, hey, hey! It's time
Yeah.
to make some crazy money. Are you ready? And you would drive a taxi around town, but it was so crazy, Steven.
Yeah, you're like running over old ladies and flying through the air, and
Like there's this, you have to like hold back. It's almost like doing like a Hadoken, right, or something like that. But you would have to hold back, shift from reverse into drive really fast, and you would get this boost. So as soon as it would go, you go, 3, 2, 1, beep, and it's, you would just boom, you fire out of the gate, and you're in. Like the game takes place in like San Francisco or something, some crazy town that has like humongously steep hills and everything, and you're just like doing, jumps and shit. And you have to stop inside of a little marker, because there'd be markers all over town, and you would see them all over the place, and you could stop and start wherever you wanted. But you would have to, just come to a power slide into a stop, and then if you got right into a little area, it would go cling, and somebody would say, "Hey, wait for me!" And they come and jump in your car. Hey, go that way, and they would tell you had a big arrow on top of the screen, and you would have to drive to where they wanted to go and drop them off, and you would get money for it and kind of stack them, and you would have to do that without running out of time, and your time was always running out faster than you could accumulate it. But you had to get to as many spots as possible. Oh, it was fantastic.
that fucking. Do you remember Time Crisis, the one with the gun on PlayStation?
I never had the gun.
When you had there was like a gun attachment, and it was the same deal. Like you had to progress through the world, and like you had to save someone or do something. And you were like a copper, and you were like shooting, and like you were against the clock as well. Like, and if you didn't do certain things in a certain time limit, you'd fail. Like, so you had to run against the clock and your lives, like as well. That was hard as fuck. That game, drove me insane.
And it was great because Crazy Taxi had like a great soundtrack to it too. They had really popular music at the time. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. It may not seem like it, but I'm a big fan of college rock, or like the hokier aspects of alternative rock.
College rock. I never heard of that. I heard alternative rock, but never college rock.
Yeah, think of like alternative rock, but add a lot more aspects of like White Boy Summer into it. Like yeah, like The Offspring and that kind of shit. Yes, house party bands, Kate. Yes.
McDonald's gave out a video game. Yeah,
music of the 90s.
I think that's what it was. It was like I don't remember that much, but I do remember that someone has said that before. I just remember that that the demo disc had the demo of this was in kind of like a cardboard slit. Maybe that was from maybe that wasn't from them. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they did that here.
Huh?
I don't think they did that here. You used to get them with the magazines all the time. Like you buy a magazine, like game magazines, and they have demos with them.
Let's see.
Or you would go to the Stater Brothers grocery store and just rip the disc out of the magazine.
You're a real rebel, ain't you, Dylan?
Well, they used to do it all sneaky because they would package the magazine. They would only show the title of it, and everything else would be in black mylar. And you're like, oh, I know something valuable's in this magazine. Let me rip it open and see.
There's something in there, yeah.
Trying to get this. Trying to get the angle of her head right. I'm trying to show her like she has her head up, but she's looking down.
Yeah, the chin needs to go down a bit, I reckon, Steven. To tilt her head downwards slightly. Crazy Taxi.
Is that the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I magnify you? Let's see. Solo layout. There it is.
Oh. That was like the pinnacle of the time too when that came out. I remember.
Yeah, this guy is playing pretty conservatively.
Yeah, it looks
basically
like
just like
that. He's just cruising.
Oh, and that's way better than Grand Theft Auto.
All right, so it keeps the chin down, so like that.
Huh? What are you saying? What do you say about my mama?
I'm trying to.
Ask Dylan. He's the experienced artist here. I'm just a beginner. But I think what you're trying to, I know the look you're trying to pull off because I've seen, yeah.
Let's see.
Like the stance. You want her chin tucked in a little bit, don't you? Like so, it's like she's sort of looking down.
Like
down but forward.
Like, I want her face to look up. I want her face to look up. I want her her eyes to kind of look down.
Hey, the smug look is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's difficult because you're not going to actually have a solid line for the jawline. It's going to be more like if you look at my paper here, it's going to look kind of like you say here's the head. You're going to have the line here for the chin. It's going to just kind of slightly tilt in like this and go down because the line would be kind of like that, but you're not going to draw that line underneath. You can't really draw it. It'll look incorrect.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be kind of like that.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
So don't draw the chin all the way, just kind of keep it like that?
Yeah. That line that would be the jawline, you guys got to like indicate it. You can't actually draw it.
Gotcha.
Unless you have like very, very direct, harsh overhead light, then you can actually put the whole thing in shadow.
I was just thinking, lighting, you might be able to pull it off. Kate in Orlando says, everyone have an excellent day. I have to go. Thank you, Mr. Brown, Dillard, Manticore, and of course the chat.
All right, Kate, you take it easy.
Take care, Kate.
On the chat, Kate.
And Cross Comics is in the chat. He says, hello all.
Oh, Cross Comics, that guy.
Hey, Cross Comics.
Where my money at, Rick? How about that? Where my money at? Rick Piper has the audacity to show his face around here when he owes me hundreds of dollars.
maybe he's trying to get to you, Dylan. He's flaunting it.
Next thing, I'm going to see Twitter posts with Rick Piper walking down the street holding 2 cheeseburgers, one in each hand. And on a shopping spree with like Chanel bags hanging off of his elbow.
Chanel bags.
I don't know, whatever people go on shopping sprees and buy.
Let's see. Please don't look weird. Please don't look weird. Let's see. Since we're looking up, that'll be the nose.
I love giving people shit when they owe me even just a little bit of money.
Leverage.
Now I can harass them everywhere they go. Like, where's my money?
Where's my money?
Where's my money? That reminds me of that scene from Family Guy with Stewie.
I've heard of that show.
Seen it once or twice, I think. That was it. F is for Family. Have you seen that, dude?
I have.
With Bill Burr. You should watch it. It's funny. Like, it cracked me up.
I like Bill Burr in small doses.
It's too hard to explain, but it's like a dude that like literally he's got a whole heap of issues and like he's got a family mountain on top of it. Like it's well written. Like, yeah.
More well written than The Buckler? Only Steven could say, and he hasn't even read it.
I'll read it today.
No, you won't. I know your truth.
Oh, yeah?
Cross Comics assures Dillard that his money will be with him by next Monday.
Did he say next Monday?
Yeah, I think that's how it's worded there.
Oh, hell no. I quit.
Yeah, right here, man. It's on top of the stack.
Yeah, still in the packaging, not even read.
I gotta keep it preserved.
It's pristine.
You just gotta buy another copy.
Buy another copy to read. Keep that one pristine. Oh, they're cool stickers too.
Yep.
What are you gonna do with your sticker? You should stick it on your ex-girlfriend's bumper. Don't pretend like you don't know where she lives and what she's doing. I know you're parked outside of her apartment like 3 days a week for a couple hours each night.
Yeah, I reckon you nailed it, Stephen. Looks good.
That's good.
Yeah, I reckon it's good from here.
And Billy Power Max says, "Hail."
Hell.
Let's see. I think I might need to move her head a bit more.
I don't know if I've asked you before, Dylan, but do you use Clip Studio
No, this is
to
my
do it?
hand.
Yeah, I know you're doing traditional now, but in general.
Yeah, I use Clip Studio. What's it to you?
I was just wondering because that's what I'm using. I'm learning on.
Yeah, I think that Clip Studio is great. There are some things I wish I knew how to do or that Clip Studio had the ability to do, but other than that, I'm very happy with it
Yeah, there's a
overall
few
as a
things that
product.
I wish I knew how to do. I'm just with the basics at the moment, just learning it all. I've just got to set up the hotkeys or whatever they're called, so I've got shortcuts in that as well.
Yeah, I know you can do that. I haven't done that yet. Just because I don't know how to, I don't know how to type. I know how to type, but I don't know how to type without looking at the keyboard. So hotkeys aren't really faster for me.
Yeah, I can't do. Yeah, I'm not that great at. I have to look. I make too many mistakes if I try and.
Next Monday, what a joke!
He's holding out.
I'm still drawing the eye, and the eye as if she's looking right in front of me.
Carol's Cookie says, I still haven't used Clip Studio. I have it, but I'm more comfortable with Photoshop. You want to try that one as well?
I use Photoshop. It has a lot of good features to it. Like I can make stuff luminescent, like what I did with the last book.
Yep. We have to try it out.
Let's see.
Do you feel like we know each other so well that there's nothing that we have left to talk about?
No, I was actually watching you both draw. But yeah, there's probably things we can talk about, I guess. What do you know, Dylan? What have you seen?
I don't know much about much, but I do know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Wait, what?
I know some stuff and things.
Stuff, Lori.
Did you see? Did you see the robot in the chess game with the kid?
Yeah, I posted that.
Yeah, I know. I was bringing it up.
Yeah, that was my
that was interesting.
middle finger to Smirk.
Did you see the video?
There's a guy, Stephen B, named Smirk. And this guy's as smug as his name would indicate. And he's all about artificial intelligence. And I found an article like about a robot that plays chess. And apparently, this kid, he was playing against this child, the game of chess, you see. And the robot was upset that this child was going too fast and he broke the kid's finger.
Wait, what?
It malfunctioned.
The robot attacked the child.
It didn't attack the child. I did see the video.
What?
It wasn't. I don't know. I don't know anything about the actual algorithm that they're using either, like, and what it is.
Yeah, it's called AI.
Yeah, but what? Like the specific.
And the very first opportunity it had, it attacked a child.
He should have waited his turn.
What? This child, this is a human being. This is the master. You don't break the master's finger. And not just any old kid wandering the streets with a pop gun, you know. This is a kid that was educated, a chess champion. This is a good kid. Got his head on straight. To be attacked by a filthy robot.
Carol's Cookie says, but my Photoshop is way old. Version CS6.
Interesting, if true.
I swear that looks. Maybe I should turn her head back.
Yeah, not everybody can pull off the smug look. It's not easy. If you want to give up on life, I guess maybe. Or you can look up photo reference. See how somebody else... See what real life has to show you.
When in doubt, look up photo reference.
Yeah, see what I would do if it were me. I would take my cellular phone and I would take a picture of myself. See, then I would take that
I've seen
picture.
you take a few reference shots once or twice.
I would take that picture and I would put it next to me like this. And I would draw. See? Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
The one where
problem you're having here. Now, the problem
funny.
you're having is that you're not emphasizing. You're not doing the perspective. The jaw would be bigger. You see how my jaw is much bigger than it is in real life in this photograph. And the head, you can barely see the top of the head.
Yeah.
You have a whole coif of hair up there, which making her head look big and bulbous and round, like you would if it was looking straight on. But you wouldn't be able to see that much. And then when you draw correctly like this, people say, "Oh, that doesn't look right," because it's drawn correctly. They'll say, "Huh."
Gotcha.
Or if you draw a woman that has an actual woman's body, they'll say, "That looks like a man's body." And you can either say, "Well, this is just how life is."
Yeah. For some reason, I keep wanting to draw as if the character's looking right at me.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
You see, when you're drawing from below like that, the cheek covers up the bottom portion of the eye.
Yeah.
It is a tricky pose, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The perspective.
The upshot is not an easy pose to do, which is why I'm so in love with Texiera. The guy's the master of the upshot.
The upshot is just another pose to master.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just erase the head and draw it different.
Yeah.
The way you've got it standing, you could actually do the head facing more at towards the viewer. It would work.
The way I had it originally.
It depends if you want to do that one or not, but I'm just saying you could change that, like, because the way you've got your pose there, that would still fit if she was looking forward.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
We lost another one. He could have been great. He could have been great.
Oh.
But he chose the road more traveled.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna practice on that upshot, and then I'll do it for the next print.
Next time, when I have some free time in the future, never now. Never do today what you can put off to tomorrow, huh?
Or never put off tomorrow. Wait, never put anything off tomorrow.
Depends on what it is.
Well, if it's going to the post office and it's Sunday, then, you know, I understand.
Yeah, I haven't even tried playing with perspective yet. I'm just trying to nail line control and stuff first. Be easy, good place to start.
Sick just thinking about it. I'm still upset by this next Monday comment.
What's next Monday?
That's a full week away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's already been like 5 days.
I mean, it's Monday right now.
Who takes that long to transfer money?
People, obviously.
No, obviously somebody who's not prioritizing.
Got their eggs in too many baskets.
There was once a little boy named Johnny, and he was in a classroom, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
And his teacher said, "We're going to learn today about morals, like morals to a story." And she said, "Does anybody have a story that has a moral? Like a moral is something that you learn from a story, and the story kind of epitomizes an example of this moral, kind of like how fables used to do." And this little girl named Susie, she stands up and she's like, "I have a story." She says, "There was, my father works at the hatchery, the chicken hatchery in town." And she says, "And he had a whole bunch of chickens. And she said, well, he was going to take them into town to sell these chickens. And so he went to the barn and, the chicken coop, and he counted up all his chickens. He had 6 chickens in total. And he had a bunch of eggs. And they were about to hatch. And so he says, okay, so I got 6, and I have, 4 eggs. So I'm going to call that 10 chickens. And he put the chickens and the eggs into the cart, and he started wheeling it into town, but the ground was uneven. And the chickens and the eggs, when the cart went over this dip in the road, were jostled, and the eggs fell out and were crushed on the ground.
Shit.
Oh, crap.
So he only had the 6 live chickens. And he had promised them 10. So he didn't know what to do. And the teacher says, okay, I understand that, but what's the moral of that story? And Susie said, well, see, you don't count your chickens before they hatch, you see.
Ooh.
And the teacher said, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's a great, Susie, good job. Good job, Susie. So Susie was very pleased with herself, smiling, and sat back down.
Good work, Susie.
And now little Johnny.
Susie was a singular person.
So that's a good one. It's not as common as The Boy That Cried Wolf. That one's real common.
Yeah. So then, Susie, she's sitting there all smug and shit, Well, Ashley didn't want to be outdone. And Ashley says, I have a story with a moral in it, too. Teacher says, well, go ahead, Ashley. And the teacher was very encouraged at the great story that Susie told. And Ashley says, well, you see, my father also works for the hatchery. God bless the hatchery. Where would we be without the hatchery in this town?
Giving jobs to everyone. Oh, towns.
And you see, it was his, he had to transport eggs, right? And he's like, man, I have 6 baskets here, but I don't want to make 6 trips. So Ashley's father, he put all of his eggs into one basket. And he said, I'm going to take all of these in one trip. And as he was going down the road was uneven. And he stumbled. And the eggs fell from his basket onto the dirt road and were crushed. And Ashley looked at the teacher and said, do you get it? Do you see? The teacher's like, no, I don't get it. What do you mean? Like, see, the moral is you don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
In one basket.
And this look came across the teacher's face, and she was like, these kids are amazing. They're telling fantastic stories with great morals. And she told Ashley, that was even better than Susie's story. Susie, take notes from Ashley.
Gave Susie a complex.
And then Johnny stands up, and he says, I got a story. And the teacher, she knows Johnny, right? And he's a little shithead. Like, I don't want to. But nobody else was volunteering any story. So she's like, well, I guess everybody needs a turn. So go ahead, Johnny. What's your story?
Give the kid a chance.
Yeah.
Johnny stands up and he says, I got an uncle. I got an uncle named Rick. And he was a NAM. And he didn't like the hatchery. And he don't like anybody that even works at the hatchery. But my uncle was in Vietnam. And he's a hard man to like, my uncle. And you've heard of people, you know, abandoning their post, but have you ever heard of somebody who abandoned a comrade? Well, my uncle was that guy. They even his own squadron hated him. They left him in the jungles of Vietnam one night. They got up early and left before he was awake. They left him a couple of guns, a couple of grenades, and 2 bottles of whiskey, and a note that said "Good luck." So there he was, alone in the jungles of Vietnam, near Da Nang. And so he got up, and he was a hard man. Even as a youth, he was a hard man. He just chugged that entire bottle of whiskey in one go. Threw the bottle into the jungle. The glass shattered. Picked up the guns, put them across his back, and he started walking. And he wasn't walking long until he came across a small village. Now, Uncle Rick, he didn't know. He wasn't a captain or a sergeant or nothing. He didn't know Viet Cong from Charlie. But he knew he had to do something because there was men, women, and children in this village. So as he sat underneath the shade at the edge of the village in the jungle, he loaded up his weapons and he came in firing. He unloaded his Kalashnikovs, and after that was done, his M16s. People were running backward and forward, shooting back at him. But nothing could stop him. He was on a mission. When he was out of ammo, he pulled out his sidearm and he killed 4 more men. But he noticed that after the men went down, the kids would pick up the guns and start firing at him too. And he had to take out the children and the women. When he was out of ammo, he pulled out his bayonet and his machete and ran from house to house, kicking in the doors, swinging that machete like a farmer would a scythe. And he took out all the men, all the women, and all the children. And as he sat there in the mud and the blood and the debris, he noticed that he had moisture on the inseam of his pants. And he felt great shame because he had believed that in his fury and fervor he had urinated on himself. But as he touched the moisture and rubbed it between his thumb and forefinger, he realized that it wasn't urine at all. It was semen. He had gotten so excited over the prospect of the killing that he had finished in his own pants. And the teacher says, "Johnny, what the fuck is that story?"
As you would.
What the hell kind of morals? Shut up, Johnny. Sit down. What the hell was that?
What the fuck is that, Johnny?
The teacher had to choke. The teacher had to choke back the urge to actually attack and hit him. You know, there were children in this room waiting for their turn to tell the stories. She says, "What the hell was the moral of that story, Johnny?" And he says, "Well, you know, if I think about it, I would say the moral of the story is, you know, you don't fuck with Uncle Rick when he's been drinking."
Very good.
That's it.
Very, very was it well put together storytelling there, dude. Fantastic. You had me on the edge of my seat. at the end there.
But that's public education for you. You gotta homeschool these kids.
They don't, yeah, but if they don't go to school, how do they learn? How do they learn how to hustle?
Hustle? What do you mean hustle? You learn from the streets.
To survive.
The streets is where you learn how to hustle. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. People got the wrong idea about this. If you want your kid to be tough, like when you think of like the olden days in the old movie, like the neighborhood tough, right? The little tough kid. If you want your kid to be tough, you put him in the streets. If you want your kid to grow up to be a sissy, be a mama's boy, put him in karate, put him in boxing, put him in some sort of organized martial art. If you want your kid to be tough, you don't put him in anything. You just let them go and run the streets.
Have at it. Learn from experience.
Yeah.
Couch Cookie says, someone better make Uncle Rick breakfast to soak up the booze or it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, when that guy got a little bit of drink in him, he's hard to handle. You ever heard of this book written by an American author named... The book was called The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, yeah. I read that book.
Yes.
Remember how Tom Sawyer was kind of a scamp, right?
Yeah.
He was he was a bad kid. You would say that he's like a kid that got into some trouble because he didn't have parents. He lived with his aunt or grandma or whatever.
I remember in the story that he tricked someone into doing the chores for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he got into some trouble. And you would say, "Oh, that kid, he's he's a little hoodlum kid." But people seem to forget that as hoodlum as that kid was, he was nothing compared to his homeboy Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn lived out in the goddamn bayou. It was with a father who was never there. Huckleberry Finn ran the streets, he was rolling down the river with with Jim on a raft. This guy got into real trouble. Huckleberry Finn was like, yeah, he was a run around kid from the neighborhood, but or Tom Sawyer, but Huckleberry Finn he was real. He was one of the real ones. Just saying.
I think we all knew a few of them in school or growing up.
And those are the ones to be feared because they didn't have anything to lose. Some of us, the majority of us, we went to school and they would say, "Hey, you want to play hooky? We're going to go fishing." I would say, yeah, I want to do that. And then I would have to concoct some sort of scheme to tell my parents. To fool my teachers into thinking I was in my next class. I would have to actually come up with some sort of scenario to get what I wanted, to get this done, right? To actually go fishing.
Yeah,
but then we all knew that guy in school that didn't have to tell nobody shit because his parents didn't care.
Yeah, his parents didn't care. That was me for ages. Like, they were just like, didn't bother me.
Those are the ones you got to watch out for. Those are the tough kids, the real tough kids.
We just wouldn't go. We'd go do stuff like that. Like, or
I got in
underage
trouble.
drinking
I
like
got my
rebels.
backpack searched when I was in high school. They said, "What the hell are you doing here on cam? I didn't see you. I haven't seen you all day. Let me see your backpack. Where you been?" I said, "What?" I got in trouble. I got my backpack confiscated because I had weapons in there. You know what they claimed? You know what they claimed were weapons?
What?
What?
My tackle,
Your fishing tackle?
my fishing tackle was
fishing
considered
hooks.
weapons. That's the trumped up charge they gave to confiscate my backpack and my fishing gear.
They thought that your fishing gear was a weapon.
No, they just knew that
Teacher
it would
just
hurt
wanted.
me.
The teacher
It
just
would
wanted
hurt
your fishing
me.
gear, dude.
They wanted to punish
Yeah, I
me. You
want
see,
that.
they said, "This right here, you can't have this. We're confiscating
You
it.
can't have it now.
We're chucking it in the trash. You motherfucker." I don't know if you guys ever been shopping for fishing tackle. That shit ain't cheap. And when you're in high
No, it's
school,
not.
money is precious. I remember I got my tackle box, my good tackle box. You know, you have your tackle box for saltwater fishing and you have your tackle box for freshwater fishing. The freshwater fishing tackle box is much bigger usually than your saltwater tackle box because the saltwater, there's only so many different kind of setups and scenarios that you can count for. But your freshwater tackle box, you could be fishing for any number of kind of fish, trout, salmon, any perch, catfish, whatever. So you got to have all your little bits and bobs separated. You
a lot of river fish won't hit on anything but lures.
Mm-hmm. You got your different kinds of scented baits. Now, when you go sea fishing, I mean, all you need is big hooks and big line, and you use live bait.
And some meat. Like anything that's out there, really. You catch a small fish and just put it on the hook live. You catch something.
Your live fishing tackle box, you have like flies and all kinds of different stuff because freshwater fish are a little more finicky, So my wife tells me, "Hey, I need to take your car. I can't find my keys. I want to take your car to work." I say, "Okay, that's fine." And I didn't remember that I had in my back seat, I have a pickup truck. And in the back seat of my pickup truck, I had my tackle box and my fishing poles. Just in case I'm, driving down the road and I see a body of water, I might want to check it out,
You get the itch.
Yeah, and if you want to scratch.
Mm-hmm. So she works at this place that's very shady, this neighborhood. And my car gets broken into. They break the back window. Glass is all over the seat, and they steal my tackle box. Nothing of great value in the car other than my fishing poles and my tackle boxes.
Did they take the fishing poles as well, or not just the tackle box?
Oh yeah, they took everything.
Yeah, they took it. Yeah, I figured,
including her work computer.
Motherfuckers.
But I mean, the work computer, those things are a couple $100. I'm talking my freshwater tackle box had. Now again, a lot of this stuff was open. The packages, everything was somewhat used. Whatever, I use it frequently, but I probably had a lot of money, and I know exactly how much money I had invested into that tackle box because you never know because you buy this stuff piecemeal. You don't buy it all at once.
No, you couldn't.
Every time you go out, you stop at the Big Five or something, and you pick up a couple of more things.
Depends what you're going for too. Like if you're targeting a certain species of fish, then yeah.
So I went. I was like, okay, well, my wife was very upset. She was very apologetic to me, and she was like, well, go ahead and just like replace your tackle box. And I was like, well, no, you don't understand. It's going to be a lot of money. She's like, no, just go ahead and do it. I was like, you know what? Fine. I am going to go ahead and do
it. You should find out how much it's going to actually cost.
You're going to find out how much you exactly lost.
Yeah.
$1,300 to replace
Come on,
everything in
what the
that,
fuck is
to
this
buy a
going
new
for?
tackle box
Like,
and replace everything
you
in
told
that
me to
tackle
replace the
box.
box.
It was $1,300. She was like, "Are you shitting me?"
What did she say?
That's exactly what she said. And then she asked me whether or not I had insurance on my tackle box.
Oh, shit.
And whether or not there's a company that exists that would actually give you insurance on your tackle box.
I don't think there is there?
Of course there isn't.
There is?
No.
If it was in your house, you could claim it on like contents insurance or whatever, or like your car insurance or whatever, couldn't you? Yeah.
Yes, you could.
It'll teach you for having valuable goods in a shady neighborhood.
I wasn't thinking, because at the time I was working as a truck driver, and I worked nights. They don't want you driving around because I live in the greater Los Angeles area. You don't want to drive around, delivering stuff in your truck in the middle of the day. You'll never get any work done. You'll just use up all the gas. So I would get notifications on my phone every morning what time they wanted me to start. It was usually between 12 in the morning, like midnight, and at the latest maybe 2:30 a.m. And so I would come home. I would go out there, do all my deliveries before the sun came up, and then be home. And I was laying in bed, and I was already sleeping. And she was like, "I need to take your car," because she doesn't go to work until around like 9 a.m. And I'm like, "Well, damn, go for it." I was bleary eyed. I wasn't thinking. My work has a security, and we have a gated parking area when we drop off our personal vehicles and then transfer to our trucks.
Yeah.
I never worried about anything. I could throw like my compressor, a bunch of tools in my truck bed, and it wouldn't have to worry about anybody stealing that because it was under lock and key and guarded. Plus, our facility was like, because we worked at night, everybody was there out in the parking lot and everything all night long because that's when all the stuff was getting loaded. Plus, we kind of had like VIP status because the company only had 6 drivers, and I was one of them. So we knew everybody. All the warehouse workers knew our names, what we drove.
Cross Comics says, couldn't it be covered under car insurance under theft? Wait, did you already read this?
That's what I was thinking. No, I said that before. You could get it covered if you had car insurance.
Because it was in the car.
It's theft.
It could be if you have
Depends
full
on
coverage and not just liability.
Yeah.
But insurance is so expensive. I only have liability insurance on my car. I wouldn't have any insurance on my car at all, but by law, I'm required to have at least liability in order to drive around.
Yeah. Because if you have a crash and it's your fault, then you're in trouble.
Why would it be my fault? I'm not a woman. I could go out and buy more tackle right now if Cross Comics would pay me my money. Next Monday.
How many days is that? Like 7 days, 8 days?
That's like 8 days. outrageous.
I'm getting better drawing
Both
hands.
looking good, gents. I was saying they both look good, looking good, coming along.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome, Dylan. I was just admiring your shadowing.
I need more pens. I haven't drawn physically in so long. I'm not up on all of my supplies.
That was the big appeal for the digital for me. It was like, so you don't have to buy all the stuff as an entry point. You've just got the tablet and it, yeah. Because I like traditional art, but yeah.
Honestly, I like traditional art a bit more because unlike drawing this on a screen, I can actually feel the texture of the pencil, and for some reason it just feels like that it makes things easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I was toying with the sensitivity settings today on the tablet to try and like sort of simulate that. Like, because you've got a bit of give with the thing, and I can, yeah, you kind of get the hang of it. The pressure sensitivity.
With the this pencil right here, or this stylus, you draw on the screen. You can't feel you can't feel the lead going. You can't feel the ink going. Can't really feel anything. You just feel stylus to screen basically. You don't feel that texture going.
What's wrong with that? Feeling the texture right now on my hand on this paper is gross. I hate it.
I didn't say anything was wrong with it.
It's dirty.
It's dirty.
Cross Comics says, might be less if in my PayPal by Wednesday, but I'm going away for a weekend, so won't have access to my PayPal over the weekend.
Sounds like a lot of bolting is what it sounds like.
He's going gallivanting on the weekend, so
he's going party on the weekend with my money. Is what he's doing. Shit. You motherfuckers can't be having your money. You gotta get your money. That's my money.
Where's my money?
Speaking of my money, I gotta stop drawing this garbage and start working on some stuff for money. Because apparently Rick's not paying me, so I gotta get my money somewhere else.
You have to improvise now.
Woo! I gotta turn off this air conditioning. I'm freezing. Whew. Magical, did you back the buckler?
No, not yet.
What do you mean not yet? Campaign is
I
over.
haven't. Is it? Did you close it?
Let me go check, actually. I put in the request to close it. Let's see if they closed it yet. And they said it could take up to 3 days.
Yeah, it takes around 3 days to close. I think I read somewhere.
Oh, nice. It says this campaign is closed.
Okay.
Comic says.
I'll have to try and get one on eBay.
I'm forgetting to laugh.
Say what?
I'll have to try and get one on eBay as a resale or something.
Yeah, I think there's only about 14 copies in Australia. So you're going to be paying a hefty price tag if you want it on eBay. Unless you want to buy one of my damaged copies. I have plenty of those. But I'm not shipping to Australia anymore.
You know, you got a digital, don't you?
Yeah, I do got a digital tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
What should I do, Steven, with this digital tier, with the digital buckler? Because it costs $10 on the campaign, but I can't sell it for less after the campaign is closed. That would be unfair. What should I sell it for?
I don't know.
What's a reasonable price?
You're selling it for $10 right now?
No. It was $10 on the campaign.
So you want to add a little bit to it, don't you?
What, like $2, $3?
Yeah, I reckon probably
make it $12, $13.
Yeah, 12 or 13.
Until I say about 6 months to a year has passed, then I can change the price or lower the price.
Yeah. Well,
are you planning to do a second chance campaign on the first book at some point with a different cover?
Digital is nice, but it's still not. It's still not the same as having it in your hand. Shame on you at Manicore for not backing it when the campaign was open.
It's true.
I know. I'll bow my head and shame.
Carol, did you read the buckler, Carol? Carol has the book. She had the book for a while now. When I started putting out the shipping them out, because I had a bunch of problems, and then I started over the last week and a half, like every day, churning out a couple of batches.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been. Well, now it's.
I heard you're not enjoying the fulfillment phase, Dylan. Sorry, Stephen.
Steven's trying to wrap up his stream.
Yeah. All right. So it's been 2 hours. So I want to thank everyone for hopping onto the chat. I want to thank Dillard and Manicore for joining me on this stream. And
you're welcome. Anytime.
And also, don't forget, everyone, back Crypts Legends #2 on
Crypts Legends.
Well, where are we going to go now? I want to finish this conversation. Manticore, start a stream.
Start a stream. I probably can. I can't have many guests, though, I think, on my channel.
You got about 19 days left. And still only one backer. Come on.
Wait, what is this? What is this you're talking about?
Crypts and Legends.
This is book 2 of Crypts and Legends.
When the hell did you launch book 2?
A couple of days ago.
I didn't know you launched.
Well, I launched it with on Pop's stream, and unfortunately, it just so happened that on the same day I was launching, everyone else was doing the stream of their own. But yeah, Crypts Legends is available. Is now available in Australia, Canada, and in the UK. So back up when you have the chance. And if you missed out, there's the catch-up tier, and a whole lot of others.
Will do, Carol.
Yep.
Sounds great.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Talk to you soon. Peace out. Have a chat.
What are you starting a stream or not?
Me, it's 2 a.m, Dylan. It's like 2:30.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can. Yeah.
I didn't know that you had a vagina.
Yeah. I've got to go get cigarettes first, though, so give me 10 minutes.
All right. Thanks for having me on, Stephen B. I appreciate you and love you.
You're always welcome.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Rancor. And remember, everyone, keep drawing, keep having fun, and I'll see y'all later.